Trevor.
Welcome to episode 2, Timeout with Brandon and Dillon. My name is Brandon. That's Dillon. Dillon, how you feeling? How you doing today?
It's a
June
good day.
22nd. It's 115 ridiculous degrees outside. Feels like. It's
Good
hot.
day.
It's a good day.
It's a good day.
Turn my volume up a little bit. I can't hear you. Working on it. It's just taking its slow time. NBA final game 7 tonight. Who you got?
I don't know. I like the Pacers. I think they're the less talented team. They're talented. I just think they're less talented. But I think SGA is more proved. I think a lot of people have doubted Halliburton. I think there's a lot of scrutiny against him, saying maybe he's not as good as he actually is. So I would like to see the Pacers win, but something tells me that SGA, that guy's a freaking dog. So something tells me that OKC is going to win. But I'd be fine with either. It's nice seeing two teams that don't ever get there or get in there. So it's kind of nice to see something different. I'm sure like the bigger NBA fans probably really appreciate it too, rather than the same guys in there every time. You know, LeBron, Steph. I mean,
So you would think, but I've heard the opposite. Like there was people like, no, I don't want to watch this one because it's two teams nobody cares about, two small market teams that nobody cares about. That's not how you're gonna. You talk about growing the game. You know, that's not how you're gonna do it. Is by not watching it. Like you get an opportunity to see guys in the NBA Finals that you don't typically see, and it's a good series. It's been a great series so far.
Yeah, no, I like the last game. I didn't get to watch Game 6, but I watched Game 5. I mean, I don't really like the NBA anymore. I'm not a huge basketball fan. I know a lot about basketball, but I just don't watch it. But we watched me and some other guys. We watched Game 5, and it was cool because it's one of those things that anything can happen. I mean, the Pacers were up. And then, there was, 3 minutes left and it just went back and forth. And then, the Pacers missed, I forgot what it was, but they missed, one guy missed by himself at least four free throws in the last minute. And those could have been huge. I mean, it's crazy that just one thing can go wrong. One thing can happen. But to your point, I like it because it's just different. There's two different teams in there that you haven't seen in there in a long time. It's nice to see other guys get an opportunity. There's nothing wrong with watching LeBron and them always in the same team. I mean, it brings ratings but it's just nice to see when other teams that don't ever make it, they have a really good year and they get to make it. I've always liked that. So I hope the Pacers win. That's who I'll be rooting for. But something tells me that OKC is probably going to win.
Yeah, that's who I went with. I got asked, by Greg earlier who I thought was gonna win tonight's game, and I was like, it's hard to bet anything against Oklahoma City at home. So
SGA is good. That guy's a dog, dude. I mean, I think him and Anthony Edwards have the most points scored this year, this season in the NBA. So I mean, you're talking one of the top point scorers in the NBA. The he's young. He's young too. He's young. And the dude's an animal.
They're the youngest. They're the Thunder. I think I heard the other night that they're the youngest. Like the average, the youngest team to ever make the NBA Finals. Like on average,
they've been. I'm pretty sure for like the last 2 or 3 years they've been the youngest team in the NBA.
Yeah,
the average age is like 23 or 25 or something. So that's pretty crazy, man.
Yeah.
And, a bunch of young kids. It's weird saying that because we're older than those guys, but a bunch of young kids all band together and, fighting for what is the biggest moment in their life.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool to see, man. I always enjoy when teams, like I said earlier, a handful of times, I just always enjoy when teams that have not been there a long time or don't ever make it because they don't have the talent. It's nice when they can finally piece it together, and they have that one run, that one season where they can make it. Yeah. So, and I think that's been the case for both these teams this year. So,
yeah, I agree. It's been cool to watch this so far. But there was a big trade today involving a so-called NBA superstar, going from his second team in 3 years now is there we are. Kevin Durant gets traded Kevin Durant gets traded from the Phoenix Suns, trading 2-time NBA Finals MVP to the Houston Rockets for Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, and the 10th round pick. 10th round pick in the 2025 draft, and five second round picks. Well, I guess there's no details on what second round picks, like what years and whatnot. But what do you think? I don't know. I just don't. I think tired. I don't want to say I'm tired of seeing him move, but why don't we just stick with one team? Like it can't be that bad.
I think the Suns probably got the steal of
Jalen Green's pretty solid, isn't he? If I remember right.
I just think there's more potential for the Suns. Nothing wrong with Kevin Durant. I mean, listen, he is one of the best NBA players to roll through. I mean, the dude has one of the purest shooting forms I've ever seen in my life. Right? He's a bucket for sure. But he's just inconsistent, man. Like he doesn't win, right? You know, it's not just about winning regular season games. At some point in time, you have to have more than that. Right. And the only reason he won any NBA championships whatsoever is because he had the Splash Brothers with him. You know, Steph Curry, arguably the greatest. He is the greatest 3-point shooter of all time,
easily,
and arguably the greatest point guard of all time. You know, I'm sure by the time his career is finished, he will be. And you had Klay Thompson, who is arguably one of the best 3-point shooters in the world. So you had those two guys when Kevin Durant was with them. I mean, those guys were in their prime.
Yeah,
laying buckets down. So I'm not saying Kevin Durant can't win a championship by himself, but it's been proven that he can't.
Right.
And the only reason that he won is because he was on a stacked, a Golden State team. He was on a stacked Golden State team. So I don't know. I mean, good for him. I don't think the Rockets are that great. I mean, maybe he goes there and has maybe they make NBA Finals. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. In the West. I don't know. I think it's too tough in the West.
I just think the Suns probably got the better end of the draft here. You get two solid guys. You get a 10th round pick in the first round, and then you get 5 second round picks. I mean, you're talking you get 6 picks total. Any one of those guys could be a superstar.
Right.
So, and Kevin Durant, he's on the latter half of his career. So, you know, he's on the downward climb. And I'm not saying his production's terrible. I'm saying, like, as an age-wise, he's going downhill. Yeah. It's no different than LeBron. LeBron's still averaging 25, 27 points a game. But he's on the back half of his career, man. I mean, if LeBron plays maybe 2 years at max, I would say, and he's probably going to retire. If that, he might be done now. No one really knows. But
I would say it isn't really said, right?
These guys are
back next year.
Yeah, these guys are all on the last half of their career. So, you know, these guys can retire really at any time. So I'm glad Kevin Durant's going to his 5th team. He's been to this will be his 5th team. Maybe he can win a championship there, but I don't know.
Oklahoma City, Golden State, Phoenix, Houston. What am I missing?
Brooklyn.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think the Suns probably got the better deal just because I think there's more potential there for all-star players for them to have. But
I don't think it makes Houston a better team. I don't know though.
I mean, they need a big superstar, right? You know, they need another big superstar. So they got him. All right, Kevin Durant's still gonna average 25 to 28 points a game. I mean, without a doubt, especially if he stays healthy. But I mean, does he help you win a championship? Obviously, they gave up a lot for him. I mean, 6 picks and two guys that are pretty decent. I mean, you obviously have to have some intel, some hope that he's gonna help you win a championship. But it's just, I guess it's one of those things we have to wait and see what Kevin Durant can do in Houston. So,
right, yeah, I just don't know if I don't think this takes Houston to the next level when it comes to their team. I could be wrong though. I could be wrong. You know what I mean? Like I don't know if this improves them that much.
Yeah, I mean, you got Fred VanVleet, you got Steven Adams. I mean, Tara Easton,
2 guys with a lot of experience.
Debris Smith Jr. I mean, I don't really think. I mean, he's gonna be the guy on your team. You know.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, he's your number 1 now. Now that Dylan Brooks is gone.
And Jalen Green, they're both gone. So
yeah.
It's
I don't know how this one's gonna work out for Houston. It's probably gonna backfire. I don't see it working out for them in the long run.
I don't see him winning a championship unless they're gonna make some more moves in the offseason
which they could. John Morant wants out of Memphis.
I just don't think Kevin Durant by himself is going to win you a championship. So
no, not in the West. Not with San Antonio's getting better. You still have Oklahoma City, Denver. You have the Lakers. The Clippers aren't that bad of a team. Warriors have kind of turned things around a little bit, even though they're getting older.
I've only seen one guy in my lifetime, drag multiple teams to an NBA Finals and win.
Yeah.
Right? That's LeBron James. I've only seen that guy literally drag a team by himself. I'm not going to say Miami because he had Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh. Both those guys, they were pretty good. Dwayne Wade was still kind of in his prime a little bit. Like, he was pretty good. Chris Bosh had some good seasons there. But
that was his better the years he had was when he was in Miami. Yeah.
But Cleveland and LA, I mean, he dragged those guys to a championship.
The team in Cleveland definitely. Yeah, absolutely.
Dragged them like up a hill by their collar, pulled them up the hill. So I just don't think Kevin Durant's going to do that. I don't think he has that big of a skill set to drag a team all the way to an NBA Finals and win.
That's fair. I would agree. By himself, no. I don't see that happening. So, any final thoughts? We'll just move on.
Yeah.
Move on. Let's do something. Let me get us back to the normal. Nope. There we go. Wrong thing. All right. So did a little. I saw something pop up the other day, and I immediately sent it to you. I researched, did a little looking into it myself. On the top 10 most miserable sports cities in the United States. Well, in Canada. Professional sports cities that are around. So I'll give you some honorable mentions first before we start at 10. We'll go from 10 to 1. Okay. So honorable mentions, Indianapolis, the Colts, and the Pacers mediocrity. You can kind of throw the Pacers out of that little bit of a maybe mediocrity kind of deal right now. So there's a little excitement in Indianapolis with the Fever too. And the Pacers, basketball wise, doing pretty solid. And, football in the University of Indiana doing better than it was. Up next is Washington, D.C. Aside from the Nationals 2019 title, inconsistency defies the sports in Washington, D.C. Up next in the honorable mentions, you got New York, between the Jets and Knicks fans in particular in New York. Jets and Knicks fans. And Oakland just doesn't have any professional teams anymore. With the Warriors being gone, Raiders leaving, and now the Athletics, who are going to be moving to Vegas as well. So just honorable mentions. Indianapolis, D.C., New York, and Oakland. So we're going to start at number 10. Number 10. Do you want to try to take a guess at what do you think number 10 is? Not an American city. Not an American city. It's a Canadian city.
It's Canadian?
Yeah, it's Canadian.
Canadian city. Ontario? I don't know.
It's in Ontario.
City.
Think hockey. Big team in Toronto. I just gave you wit. Never mind. It's Toronto.
You gave Toronto.
Number 10, Toronto. Between the Maple Leafs, the Blue Jays, and the Raptors, 2019 title was relieved, but the Maple Leafs' constant playoff failures make Toronto one of the most frustrated hockey cities on earth.
Yeah, I would have. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. So that was number 10 was Toronto.
Okay.
Number nine is a team out west, or a city out west, California.
Oh, a city out, LA?
No, not LA. They're not far from LA. One of the teams moved to LA.
One of the teams moved to LA?
Yeah.
No, hit me with it.
San Diego.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah. So all they have is the Padres in the MLB. No NFL, no NBA anymore. And the Padres have never won a World Series. So sports pain continues with the only one team and no championships. So you got Toronto at 10, San Diego at 9. Number 8, going back east. Think south. It's not in Florida. Not in Florida. Not too far from Florida, though.
Not too far from Florida?
Yeah. Just a little north of Florida.
Little north
of Florida. Think NFL. That's where the big one is at.
A big NFL team that's terrible? There's a lot of those.
Well, went to the Super Bowl a couple years ago.
Did they?
It's been, 6 years, 7 years?
Hit me with it.
28-3. Just think 28-3.
Oh, my God.
Atlanta.
Atlanta,
number 8. She got the Falcons, the Braves, and the Hawks. As the Braves finally broke through, they got a championship in 2021. But the city's still scarred by the Falcons' 28-3 Super Bowl collapse and decades of the Atlanta Hawks relevance. She got Atlanta at 7 or at 8. At 7, you're gonna go back out west. I'll just give you this one. It's Phoenix. So you got the Cardinals, the Suns, the Diamondbacks, and now used to be Coyotes, who are now gone, aren't there anymore. Suns and Cardinals have come close, but can never seal a championship. D-backs won in 2001, but it feels, 24 years ago. It was the Coyotes, and they aren't even there anymore. So yeah, Phoenix is number 7. Number 6 is your, I don't want to say your, it's division rival of your team, of the Chicago Bears. Number 6. It's not Green Bay.
Not Green Bay?
Not Green Bay.
I was really hoping you were going to say that. Not
Green Bay. There's two NFC North teams on this list.
Well, it's okay. Detroit.
Detroit's on here, but there are 4.
Minnesota.
It's Minnesota. Yeah, Minneapolis, St. Paul, Minnesota. So you got the Vikings, the Twins, the Timberwolves, and the Wild. And the Vikings have a long history of playoff collapses. And the Twins haven't won the World Series title since 1991. I'm sorry, 1991. And the Wolves and Wild have never made serious championship title pushes. So number 6, you got Minnesota, St. Paul, or Minneapolis, St. Paul. Number 5 kind of throws this one weird, but it's Charlotte, North Carolina, with the Panthers and the Hornets.
Yeah, pretty bad.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that's not up a little farther, to be honest.
You'd think.
Yeah, they're pretty
no
bad.
Major championships. Panthers had one magical 2015 season, and the Hornets have never made a conference final. Yeah. You're welcome. Number 4, though, is Detroit. So you got that one there. Number 4. Lions historically
been awful.
Faltered. Even with recent playoff success, the Pistons and Red Wings are rebuilding, and the Tigers haven't been relevant in over a decade, which isn't necessarily true right now. They've been a pretty solid team in the last year and a half or so. Detroit Tigers have been.
Yeah, the Lions have been pretty solid the last couple of years. So
yeah,
Detroit's
might be a little high on the list.
They're well. I mean, if you're talking overall,
overall.
Yeah, I mean they're pretty bad.
Yeah,
like overall, it's pretty bad sports city, but they're on the up and they're on the upward.
They're on the up. Yeah, it's heading the right direction.
They are
heading the right direction. Number 3. So in the top 3, two cities in Ohio are in the top 3.
Okay, Cincinnati.
Cincinnati's number 3. Yeah. With the Bengals and the Reds. So the Bengals have been made recent strides with the one Super Bowl run, but no Super Bowl titles. And the Revs have been mostly irrelevant since the 1990s. This is the city's heartbreak pile high. Yeah.
Rough. They're number 3, right?
They're number 3. So you're at 2 and 1 left. So number 2 is a city in New York.
Okay, that's Buffalo.
Buffalo. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be.
It's Buffalo.
And for one reason and one reason only, they lost 4 Super Bowls, dude. That's
not even that too.
What they lost
4 straight.
4 back to back. Yeah.
Straight. 4 straight Super Bowls. That's what
and
the big thing here.
And they can't catch a break now.
No, yeah. No. Says the reasons why. So the Bills lost 4 straight Super Bowls and have had the playoff hopes dashed repeatedly since. As in the Sabres own the NHL's longest playoff drought until very recently, which isn't true because they still do. Well, I guess they don't. Maybe they do. Long time. It's been like, I don't know, 20-something years since they've been in the playoffs. Yeah. Crazy stuff. Number 1, 2025 edition. Number 1, one and only.
St. Louis. Sorry.
Oh, God. No.
Cleveland, Ohio.
Cleveland, Ohio, between the Browns, the Guardians, and the Cavaliers. Yeah, the Cavaliers won the championship in 2016. Cleveland still wears that losing and heartbreak like a badge, though. Browns remain mostly dysfunctional, and the Guardians haven't won a title since 1948. The Guardians/Indians. Yep. So that is your top 10 most miserable sports cities 2025 edition. Number 1 is Cleveland, 2 Buffalo, 3 Cincinnati, 4 Detroit, 5 Charlotte, 6 Minneapolis, St. Paul, 7 Phoenix, 8 Atlanta, 9 San Diego, and 10 Toronto, Ontario.
Who are the 3, or who was the honorable mentions?
Indianapolis, DC, New York, particularly Jets and Knicks fans, and Oakland.
I'm surprised that Seattle wasn't on there.
Oh, yeah.
They're pretty awful in every aspect of everything.
Yeah.
They're not very good. I'm surprised. They lost Supersonics. A lot of close calls in playoffs. And the Mariners have been in a huge playoff drought. So
yeah.
I'm also
that would have been a good one. That should have been an honorable mention. I would throw that as an honorable mention.
I'm surprised Houston wasn't on there. They got some strong teams, but like overall, they're pretty poopy.
I immediately think of the 24-0 lead over the Chiefs, or 21-0 lead over the Chiefs a few years ago.
And you blow it. And then they have some strong teams now, but I'm also surprised that Philadelphia wasn't on there just a little bit.
Yeah.
At least as an honorable mention. They got some solid teams now. Well, they have the Eagles.
They have the Eagles.
But like the
Phillies are pretty good.
But like the Phillies overall are bad. I don't think the Phillies are very good. And before the Eagles' recent success, their football team was average.
Yeah, they were there. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I'm trying to think of anybody else who might be on this, or who could be at least an honorable mention.
What teams are in Miami?
The Dolphins, Marlins, and wow.
All right. Pretty
Dolphins haven't won a championship in Miami, I don't think. Yeah, they have. It's been a while though.
What about
Miami hasn't won one since LeBron left.
Yeah.
They're pretty consistent though.
What about Tampa? Besides the Bucks winning a Super Bowl with Tom Brady.
Yeah.
That's a handful of years ago.
Yeah, Tampa, the Rays are awful when it comes to the baseball playoffs, the MLB playoffs.
Boston now. Like if you're talking like right now, they're pretty awful.
Yeah.
If you say overall, I can't really dispute that because Tom Brady put up 7 Super Bowls.
Tom Brady, and you have the Celtics.
The Red Sox were winning. The Celtics were winning.
The Bruins were winning. There was that stretch of like the mid to late like 2008 or so, 2006 to like 2014, where there was like 6 or 7 freaking championships in Boston. Just Boston.
Jacksonville would be a good one.
Jacksonville would be a good one.
Milwaukee.
Yeah, they just have the Brewers. Well, they have the Bucks.
They're pretty. They're not bad, but they're just disappointing.
Yeah,
and honestly, the one I'm surprised that didn't make the list at all overall is Chicago.
I figured. I know. I want to say Chicago. Like if you're thinking,
but overall, when's the last time someone's won? I mean, what, the Cubs were the last one to win a championship?
In 2016.
Yeah, 16, and that ended a 108-year drought.
Yeah. Was it 16? Yeah, it was 2016.
So,
I mean, the Blackhawks had the 3 Stanley Cups in 5 years.
That's. I mean, but the last person to win anything in Chicago was 2016.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going on. We're going on 11 years. Like, we're going on 11 years now.
God, the Blackhawks are not good right now. They're bad right now.
They're awful. Yeah. 10 years. Sorry, not 11. We're going on. This next year coming up is going to be 10 years without a championship in the city of Chicago.
Well, they haven't been to the playoffs in 5 years?
I mean, all the teams are horrendous
since the Nick Foles run. Double doink. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Hey, look. You said St. Louis is awful sports city, so I don't want to hear it.
I did.
We do have. I honestly surprised it's not on there. I mean, I know they haven't. The Blues won the cup in 19, but other than that, the Cardinals haven't won anything since 2011.
Yeah,
they went to the World Series in 15, but 15 or 14.
14, I think.
13.
It
was in that time range. They played Boston. Of course they did. When doesn't a St. Louis team play Boston in the championship? Almost never. Almost always, should say. Almost always. I'm surprised though, because even the playoffs of this year, the amount of times that has happened to the Rams when they were in St. Louis, the Blues, the Cardinals, even the Battlehawks the last couple of seasons. Like, you have some really, really good regular season teams who have no playoff success.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm surprised. I'm really surprised St. Louis isn't on there.
I've felt that, brother.
Yeah,
I felt that. Chicago's had a handful of good teams. The Bears have had a handful of good teams.
Yeah,
over my lifetime, and we've made it to one Super Bowl.
Yeah,
in my lifetime, and we lost. To Peyton Manning. So we've had a handful. We've had a handful of good teams, and we just can't get it done. So I'm surprised. I'm really surprised Chicago wasn't on there because of the drought they've had. It's been almost 10 years since anyone's won anything in Chicago.
That's true. I'm not surprised though that Cincinnati, Buffalo, and Cleveland are the top 3 team.
No. If you're talking overall, no.
Mm-mm. Not really. No. Let us know what you think of that list. Top 10 most miserable sports cities. Rather, you think if you live in one of those cities, you disagree, or do you agree? Let us know in the comments. We'll try to reply to you. Let us know. You know the deal. You know what to do. All right. Got a thing here for you, Dylan. The Blues announced yesterday. Was it yesterday? It wasn't yesterday. Friday. That they're going to rebrand the Blue. Well, just rebrand in general. So now, this isn't a confirmation. I mean, it's confirmed that they are rebranding, but this is the supposedly new logo compared to the current one.
I mean, I don't hate it, but I don't understand that. I don't understand it.
It might have more of the colors of like this. So like the lighter blue with the yellow, not the dark navy look.
Yeah.
More of like the Winter Classic, Winter Classic look than what they currently have. But the idea is that they're rebranding. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it anymore. Like, it's happening. and we'll find out Tuesday if this is the case, if this is the logo that they're going with or not. I don't mind it.
No, it's not. I mean, it's not that big of a change, to be honest.
No.
Like but I just don't understand it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just don't get like there's no significant change. Like there's more like feathers on the side, right?
They're just more distinct. I think that's what the difference is. Like they're sharper.
I just don't. It's not a massive change. I just don't understand the reasoning behind it. But I mean, they're trying to rebrand. I don't really know what making a logo a little sleeker does. I mean, congratulations. You should try working on a hockey team, and then maybe we win something. Sorry, how to get that out?
Okay, he said, "Don't worry about the rebrand. Don't worry about changing the logo. We need a better defenseman.
Yeah, we need a better everything."
Which there's trade talks and stuff and whatnot, and once that all happens, I think the NHL draft is tomorrow. I think 23rd, and maybe it's this coming weekend. It might be this coming weekend coming up, and whatnot. Which you check out STL Sports. Brandon and James are going to talk about all the Blues stuff on Tuesday. I think Monday or Tuesday. So make sure you look up STL Sports as well to listen to the Blues Note Show. I don't know. I don't mind it.
No, I don't. I mean, it's not a big change for me to be like, what the hell are we doing? Like, it's nothing crazy, It looks almost. I mean, it's basically identical. That's why I don't understand it.
The note at the bottom, like the little circle part of
smaller. It's more defined.
It's smaller. You can distinguish the actual like blue note because it's the St. Louis. A lot of people when the red jerseys came out a couple years ago for the reverse retro. They're like, well, we're the St. Louis Blues. Like, that's not the point. It's not a color. We're not a color.
Yeah.
It's not the St. Louis Blue team. It's the St. Louis Blues, like music. It's a musical note with feathers and wings coming off of it to make it look like it's going fast.
Yeah, it's not anything. They didn't do anything crazy. It just looks. No. It's just a sleeker, smaller, more defined version.
Yes.
So it looks good, right?
I like it.
That's why I just don't understand it. Like,
yeah,
if you're not going to change it massively, like just completely just do something different.
Yeah,
I don't understand the reason of changing it, but it looks good. I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah, and I know if there's that. So this is going to probably be the logo that we're looking at next. Forever, how many years and whatnot. But also the new. So they debuted a new logo for the first time at the Winter Classic this past year, which was that like. Word fontage of STL on the helmet.
Yeah,
that one I think is going to get tied into somewhere, and it might stay on the helmet.
Okay.
Up top, which I thought that was a cool little note, like tying the STL thing, kind of like the Cardinals do. Blues don't really have, that kind of like that word mark or script kind of look too. So I think it'll be cool. I think it'll be neat to see what the jerseys and stuff look like on Tuesday if they're going to show us the jerseys and whatnot. I don't imagine it being a huge change. The only thing I think is it's going to be more of like this color, like these colors.
And I wouldn't hate that. I wouldn't hate that.
No, the lighter blue with the yellow.
I don't mind the lighter blue.
Mm-mm. No, I don't either. I think it's nice. It'll look nice in the end. We'll jump over and I'll read this off really quick. Unless you, I know you sent me it the other day about the. Let us know what you think about the Blues jersey change and logo change and whatnot too. While you're sitting here listening to us bring up the next topic here, which is about the MLB is investing in women's softball. Does it say it's about time? Yeah,
because there are some super talented softball players, dude.
Yes.
And I hate to see talent like that going wasted because where do you go after that?
Yeah.
You know?
So MLB is strategically investing in a new professional women's softball league, the Athletes Unlimited Softball. So
ASUL.
This is partnership. Yeah, ASUL. This partnership marks the first time the MLB has cohesively partnered with a women's professional sports league, aiming to establish and grow the AUSL as a sustainable entity. The USL will feature four 4 teams: Bandits, the Blaze, Italians, and Volt. And we'll play a 24-game season across 10 cities, finishing in a championship series between 2 of those 4 teams. This is a good thing for the. I think this is a good thing for the MLB.
I think it's a good thing for everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, girls softball is. I don't know if you ever watched college softball, but it's
pretty freaking intense.
Decently fun to watch, dude. Because they just crank out bangers 24/7. Like that's all they do. So it's really cool. I've always wondered to myself, growing up. Listen, women's basketball is awful. I'm sorry, I can't watch it. Right? It's cool. Caitlin Clark's bringing a big thing to it. It's awesome. It's getting a big hype now. There's better athletes coming into the game for women's basketball.
It still gets too much hate though.
I can't watch it. It's not entertaining. It's not entertaining for me.
Yeah.
But I've always wondered to myself why women don't have more professional sports teams like how we have, right? Like how guys have.
Yeah.
And the biggest one I could ever think of is why don't women have a professional softball league? Like why has that never came about?
Yeah.
So I've always wondered that my entire life. And I'm very happy now to see that I would basically say this is going to be like a trial. Only 4 teams.
Right.
It's going to be like a trial.
It should eventually grow and get more established.
But for anyone who's going to say any hate, all right, I don't think it's a bad idea to only have 4 teams because if your ratings are awful, they're not going to continue with it.
Are they on is it on any TV?
I don't know. But if it just doesn't do well, like there are no tickets being sold or anything, it doesn't make money. Like obviously, they're not going to fall. The MLB is not going to sit there and fall through with it if it doesn't make money. No. But I'm very happy that the MLB took the time to invest their time and their money into this.
Yeah,
and give all these women an opportunity to actually have something to look forward to after college. You can now be a professional softball player.
Yeah,
right. So all these girls that come out from Oklahoma and Texas and Florida, all these talented athletes that basically have nothing left to do after that.
Right.
Now they can actually get to do something. And I think that is awesome.
Yeah. You can watch the games on ESPN, MLB Network, MLB.com, and more. So you can actually watch live through the MLB or through MLB Network or MLB.com. There's a game tonight between the Talons and the Volt at 6 p.m.
When is that?
ESPNU. It starts at 7 p.m. between the Italians and the Volts. It's the only game tonight scheduled in the AUSL. So ESPNU, where you can watch tonight's game. No, I agree. I think this is a good thing because there isn't a professional there isn't a major league softball. It's not major league softball, which I don't understand why there isn't. You have the Olympics and you have all the Team USA and stuff like that, but why there isn't a more established at this point of time, a more established softball league, women's softball league in particular, blows my mind with the way the NFL, or not with the way the NFL is, but the way the MLS is with soccer, with the National Women's Soccer League or the NWSL, and you have the WNBA as well, and then you have the PHL or the Professional Women's Hockey League as well too, which they sell out. They sell out hockey rinks across the United States now. So I think it's a good thing that we're seeing more partnerships and more expansions and more teams in women's sport. I mean, the WNBA added 2 teams. I think this year you're looking at not two new teams, but they've added a team at Golden State or out in California, the Golden State Valkyries, and then I had it I think the Toronto Six is the new WNBA team.
Yeah.
Up in Toronto. So I think it's a good thing. I think this is a good thing for the MLB and whatnot, and it makes sense in my eyes for the MLB to invest in this. I think so.
Yeah, it's a smart move on their part, and I'm glad that these college athletes are going to get a big opportunity to be professional, be a professional softball player. So rather than have to go to a Team USA or whatever, you can now just get drafted or however they're going to do it, and you can play professional softball.
Right. Yeah, I don't know how low that would be in the first year. I haven't seen, just kind of come up out of it. I thought it was a thing, and like they were trying to get it going before the MLB got into it, but it just wasn't really taking off and whatnot. So I mean, we'll see what happens. See what happens with it, and whatnot. Let us know, your thoughts on the Athletes Unlimited Softball League, and rather or not, something that catches your interest. We'd like to hear your thoughts and opinions on everything that we talk about. So, all right. You got anything else for that, or
no? I just think it's a cool thing, man. I'm glad to see sports just being
expanded
for everyone.
Yes. Yeah. So I agree. All right. Kind of heading down the list here towards the end. Got one more thing here that's on our topic list over here, and it's an interesting one. I saw this the other day pop up, and this is ESPN's.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna pull it up here. I think I sent it to you too. Whoa. ESPN's all-quarter NFL century team via Aaron Schatz and Seth Walder. So quarterback. So they have three, at least three positions, or at least two players at each position.
Starters, second string, third string.
Yeah, basically. For not everywhere has that, which I'm surprised. There's not at least a second string at center, and whatnot. But at quarterback, you got Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Patrick Mahomes. Any debate there?
Patrick Mahomes is pretty crazy.
He's pretty good. Should he be above? Should he be? I mean, I know they're not above, but if we went like,
I'm saying that's pretty crazy to give him a hit, like put him on that. Yeah, already.
Yeah. I mean, who else would you put there in the last 25 years, from 2000 to 2025?
From 2000 to 2025. I mean, you could put Drew Brees there.
Could put Drew Brees. He won one championship, one Super Bowl.
But I mean, until Peyton Manning broke his record, I mean, he was the all-time leading passing star. No, who broke his record? He broke Peyton Manning's, right?
Yeah,
Drew Brees broke, and then Tom Brady broke his.
Yes, I think so.
Until Tom Brady came around, I mean, Drew Brees was passing record. Maybe it's not so crazy. I don't know.
I don't think it's real as crazy as you think.
Maybe it's not so crazy
because he's won 3 Super Bowls, right?
I mean, actually, you know what? It is crazy. It is. You could put Aaron Rodgers there, and I hate that.
You could put Aaron Rodgers.
And that pains me so much to say.
Yeah.
But that dude's an animal.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Aaron Rodgers isn't there. That's
fair.
Yeah, I think Aaron Rodgers should be there. Sorry.
Okay. That's fair. I mean, I don't think it's crazy to put Patrick Mahomes there. Guy's 3-time Super Bowl champion, but 2-time he's won an MVP in the Super Bowl twice, right? I'm pretty sure. Trying to think of what else. Oh, there's so many things that he's done already in such a young, short time he's been in the NFL. So I don't know. You can go back
it's not crazy. I just think, I mean, if we're gonna, I don't know. You got Tom Brady and Peyton Manning up there, like.
You could put Eli Manning there.
You could put Aaron Rodgers there.
You could put Aaron Rodgers. You could put Russell Wilson there if you wanted to.
That's the point I'm trying to make here. I don't think. I mean, I think people ride the Mahomes train.
Yeah,
a little too much.
Well, it's ESPN, so what do you expect?
He's good. I don't want anyone who watches this. I don't want anyone to say.
Yeah.
That I'm not saying he's not good. The dude is a great quarterback.
Yeah.
100% Hall of Fame status already. But I just think you're talking NFL all century team. I think I would rather have
quarter century.
Yeah, I would rather have I could come up with a couple different names to put there before Patrick Mahomes. So
I got one. Rex Grossman.
All right.
Hey, he took your Bears to the Super Bowl.
He did, and we lost
to Peyton Manning
after scoring in the first 10 seconds.
At fullback, you got Kyle Juszczyk. No surprise there.
Nah, it's just him.
That guy's a monster.
He deserves that spot all by himself.
Yeah. Yeah. Running back, you got, and this could be a full-on hour debate here. Running back, you have Priest Holmes.
That's crazy.
Christian McCaffrey and Derrick Henry.
Priest, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's
Marshall Faulk.
Crazy.
No Marshall Faulk. No LaDainian Tomlinson.
No Marshall Faulk. No LaDainian Tomlinson.
No Adrian Peterson.
Yeah, that's freaking crazy. No AP. No Marshawn Lynch.
I can see why. Who?
No Marshawn Lynch, brother. What?
I wouldn't put him as a top. No, in the last 5 years, in the last 25 years, no, he's not. I don't know if he's top 10 in the last 25 years.
There's no way you're
in the last 25 years.
There's no way you're not. Fourth and one. There's only a handful of guys that you're giving that ball to, and
they didn't though.
And he's number one. I'm giving that guy the ball every time.
I don't know in the last 25 years if Marshawn Lynch is a top 10 running back.
I would say he's probably a top 10.
Reggie Bush
could be on this list 100%.
I think top 10. He could easily be top 10. I don't know about top 3. Like, okay, so
I'm just saying over Priest Holmes, if there are names.
Number 1, I think, should be Derrick Henry. I don't think there's any question in my mind that Derrick Henry would be number 1 in the last 25 years. If we're looking at it, everything, stats, impact in the NFL, Derrick Henry is number 1.
I'm putting Christian McCaffrey number 1. If we're going off this list, Christian McCaffrey is number 1.
I'm just talking about in general.
I'm putting Christian McCaffrey number 1. I can't. I'm not saying Derrick Henry. I'm not arguing that Derrick. I'm not arguing that Derrick Henry can't be number 1 or doesn't deserve to be number 1. I would just rather see Christian McCaffrey there. You want to make the case for either or? 100%.
What about Jamal? I mean, you could. There's many.
Priest Holmes is crazy.
I agree. I don't think he should be on this list.
No, I would rather
Jamal Charles is a better running back for Kansas City than Priest Holmes was.
I would rather have Chris Johnson.
Yeah, the guy broke what?
Rushed for 2,000 yards.
2,000 yards. Yeah, in the season. 2,500
yards from scrimmage.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he's the only guy to ever do that.
Who's the one guy in Pittsburgh too? I guess you could throw Jerome Bettis in this, right? Because he played from like 2000 to 2008. Because he was still in the Super Bowl the last time the Steelers won it against the Cardinals, wasn't he?
I don't know.
I thought he was.
I can't think of that dude's. Le'Veon Bell was a better running back before he went all mentally ill. Yeah, before he had some mental issues.
That's fair.
Dude was an animal. Let's see.
There's so many. There's Steven Jackson,
Frank Gore.
That
dude was a freaking before he started getting old. The dude was a freaking animal, dude.
Who was the other guy in Oakland who was really good for a little while? You know who I'm talking about. I just can't think of his name. Wasn't Lynch. He was there before Lynch.
He was there before Lynch?
I'm pretty sure.
I'm trying to think.
Maybe not.
There are just a lot of guys there that just blows my mind that Priest Holmes that they have Priest Holmes as number 1. Yeah. I cannot. I think the two guys under him are better running backs than he is.
I agree.
I mean, for God's sakes, yeah, that blows my mind. I don't care anybody. Anyone who puts a comment here, you can't change my mind. Priest Holmes is not better than Chris McCaffrey or Derrick Henry. No. I think we could name 5 guys that are better than Priest Holmes.
Yeah,
like that. So,
yeah,
that blows my mind.
Adrian Peterson.
That is the one guy I'm surprised it's not on here. That dude was literally just built different.
I'd throw Marshall Faulk on this before I throw Priest Holmes.
Oh, I think so, without a doubt.
Yeah. That's crazy. All right, wide receiver 1. You got Randy Moss, Julio Jones, Marvin Harrison. No arguments there.
Yeah, I don't have with those three. I got zero arguments.
Yeah,
I got zero.
Yeah, none there. Wide receiver 2, you got Kevin Johnson, Terrell Owens, Justin Jefferson. Pretty solid 3.
Pretty solid 3. Yeah,
you
could. I think you could probably make a case for Terrell Owens if someone wanted to make a case. I think someone could probably make a case to put someone else there.
Who would you put there? Larry Fitzgerald. Larry Fitzgerald's not on this. That's a guy. I would. Right there's my pick.
I like I like Larry Fitzgerald. I mean the dude. Yeah,
Mike Evans.
I mean, I would rather have Larry Fitzgerald.
I mean, yeah. You talk about consistency wise, though. Guys have 10 or 11 straight seasons of 1,000 yards. Mike Evans did. Has since he's still playing.
Hold on a minute. Am I reading this right? Oh,
what?
Okay. I want you to look at both wide receiver stacks again.
Huh?
All right. And just tell me one guy that's not on there that there's no reason why he should. Well, no. I'm trying to think. Hold on. Let me make sure before I start going crazy.
I'm trying to think of who you might be talking about. There's Randy Moss, Julio Jones, Marvin Harrison, Calvin Johnson, T.O., Jefferson.
So are we talking about like even if they only played like a handful of years into the quarter century, like are we going over their whole career?
I mean, they're throwing.
Or is it just, you know what I'm saying? Because if we're going over their whole career, then there's one guy that needs to be
just 2000 to 2025.
Okay, never mind. If we're going that way, then never mind.
Yeah. Just 2000, 2025. So last 25 years, quarter century.
Okay. Yeah, this guy last played 2005. He retired 2006. So
Toy Holt.
It was Jerry Rice.
Oh, yeah.
But he last played. But if we're going off that, then yeah, he last played 2005. Yeah. So, Antonio Brown's not a bad pick.
Yeah.
The dude was insane.
Yeah, there had been names like they had to have a list of names. Like, nope, can't put him on there.
Like probably like one of the greatest athletes I've ever witnessed with my own eyes.
I think I would throw Tyreek Hill where Terrell Owens is. Also, I think I could do that.
I think I could almost put Jamar Chase there.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Calvin Johnson, Randy Moss, Julio Jones, Marvin Harrison for sure. I think I could even take Justin Jefferson off. Dang, that's tough though.
That guy's insane, dude.
He is.
I got no disagreements with the wide receivers. I think it's good, but I think in my eyes with Terrell Owens, I think you could put someone else there.
Yeah,
I like Justin Jefferson there, but
I think you could put somebody else there too.
I think you could.
Yeah. Tight end, you got Gronkowski, who I think is overrated. Travis Kelce, Tony Gonzalez. I think Tony Gonzalez is first on them. That should be there, right up there. I mean, he's top. Yeah, he's in there for sure.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with.
No, I don't have any problem with those three. I guess
if you want to rearrange them a different way, that's fine. But I think those. I mean, it's those three, nobody else.
Right.
Not a single other person.
Yeah. Offensive line wise, you got Joe Thomas, solid guy.
Yeah.
Easily. Yeah. Trent Williams.
Yep.
Another solid left tackle. Left guard, you can tell there hasn't been a solid left guard in the NFL in a while, just by that picture of of that guy there. I guess it's Alan Feneca.
Yeah.
Alan Feneca.
Sure.
Jason Kelsey at center.
Yeah.
I think you could throw Jeff Saturday in there.
I think you could too, but
yeah,
I think Jason Kelsey number one, but I think Jeff Saturday probably deserves a spot in that.
I would agree. I don't know how you leave Jeff Saturday off of that list, off of this. Zach Martin, Marshall Yanda.
Yeah, Zach Martin's an animal.
Yeah, Lane Johnson's good too. Willie Anderson, right tackle.
Yeah.
Head coach Bill Belichick.
Yeah, without a doubt, not even a question.
Really?
Not even close.
Not even Tony Dorsett. Mike Tomlin.
7 Super Bowls.
Okay, when your quarterback's Tom Brady, though.
Six.
He's like the Nick Saban of the NFL.
You still got to have a.
They were poo-poo garbage when Brady left. They were good. They were not good.
Yeah, but they lost everybody.
Yeah, that's true. Fair enough. Fair. Offensive coordinator Kyle Shanahan.
I like that. Kyle Shanahan's pretty good offensive coordinator.
Yeah, and you got Wade Phillips as a DC. Took Super Bowl back-to-back Super Bowl runs for the Denver Broncos as well. And he'd been pretty solid with the Cowboys. I think he was at the Dallas, I think, for a little while too.
Yeah.
As well. And then special teams coordinator, I don't keep track enough for that, but I think the one guy who used to coach for the Rams could be there. He's the one who did that. I don't know. I think he still might be with the Rams too, or he's in Seattle, one of the two. I can't think of the guy's name anymore. But he did the one where, like, I think he was still in St. Louis in the Rams. So they were playing Seattle, right? They kicked the ball, like Seattle kicked the ball, but they fake caught the ball on the one side, but it was really going to the other side and they took it back to house for a touchdown. I think that guy could easily be. I can't think of his name. His last name started with an F.
I think for defensive coordinator, I think you could probably put Steve Spagnuolo there too.
You probably could put Steve Spagnuolo there. Yeah.
They've had some pretty solid defenses there in Kansas City with a whole lot of nobody.
Well, even I think he was in New York before he became the Rams head coach too.
So I think you could probably,
or maybe he was the head coach of the Giants.
I think you could probably put Steve Spagnuolo there. I'm not gonna cap to you.
Yeah,
he's not a good head coach whatsoever.
No,
pretty solid coordinator. Probably the best defensive coordinator in the NFL right now. To be honest, the dude is just unreal. He makes a whole lot of something out of nothing.
Yeah, heck of a coordinator.
He really is. It's almost like Matt Nagy.
Yeah,
he's an okay head coach, but he's better when he's not the head coach. He's better when he's an offensive coordinator or working with the QBs or whatever he's doing. He's better that way.
Yeah, I agree. I'm gonna pull this off the screen. Any final thoughts on this?
No, just the big running back one. But other than that, I think I agree with almost everybody's stuff on there.
Yeah, I still think you throw Jeff Saturday in the center as well.
Yeah, without a doubt. I think he deserves to be there. He's earned his spot.
Yes, I agree. Not the right one. There we go. It's this one I was looking for. All right, buddy. Wrap up show number 2. How you feel?
Good.
What
do
you think about the Panthers winning their second straight Stanley Cup before we leave?
They're good, man. I hate Brad Marchand, but that guy's pretty good, dude.
That guy had a heck of a playoff series.
Yes, he did. And I hate that. I hate that. I don't like that guy. I've never liked that guy whatsoever, but you cannot hate when someone's got a lot of talent.
He's going to become a St. Louis Blue here in about 2 weeks.
I hope. I'd take it.
I would take it.
I'd take it. And I hate him. I'd take it. But he's solid, man. He deserves it. He played. He was a big reason they won.
Yes. Him, Sam Bennett, 4 goals, game 6.
The dude is
seal the deal.
He's getting older. The dude's physical. And the man's got some puck handling skills. I'll give him that, dude.
There was a little video that came out and of him at the little bar that they go to after, like, the next day or something like that. And the fans started chanting "Thank you, Boston," and he started chanting "Thank you, Boston" while holding the Stanley Cup as well. And I was like, that if you're Boston, like you're a Bruins fan, that one hurts. Like that hurts to see that. Like, damn.
He deserved it. He's pretty good. He was a big reason they won. He played a massive part, and the dude's a solid player, and I hate to say that.
I'm 100% with you. Guy had a heck of a series. That series was a great one.
It was
as well. So Let us know your thoughts on any of the things that we talked about today in today's episode. It is, I shouldn't say it's Sunday because even though we're recording this on Sunday, it doesn't come out till Monday. So let us know what you think on some of these things. Some of the topics that we talked about, from Kevin Durant to the Rockets, the top 10 most miserable sports cities, to MLB's investment in women's softball, to the NFL all-quarter century team as well. So, as always, my name is Brandon. That's Dylan. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next episode.